My name's Jonathan Stoiano. I'm going to talk a little bit about where an implant should go in relation to the muscle. Some people will put breast implants on top of the muscle and some will put it underneath the muscle, and there are pros and cons of both places for putting them. And I see many patients who get quite confused because they might have seen one doctor who has said they should be underneath the muscle and another doctor has said they should be on top of the muscle, and they think, well, which one's telling me the truth, because they're both telling me conflicting information. And the answer is that you'll find with a lot of plastic surgery there's no right or wrong, and there are pros and cons of both places of putting the muscle, and you'll find that surgeons might have preferences and will give you their guidance and their view on where they think the best place to put the muscle in, but to put the implant in. But there are reasons for choosing it on top of the muscle, and there are reasons for choosing it underneath the muscle. It basically comes down to how much coverage that you have over the implant, because if you do not have a great deal of coverage over the implant, if you're very slim, if I can show you an implant here, basically what I say to patients is all implants look like this when they're in the body. That means that they have ripples and you can see the edges of them. They all look like that when they're inside. The question is whether you can see those ripples or not from the outside, and that depends on how much coverage over the chest that you've got to see whether that contour of the implant is hidden. And that is the benefit of putting them underneath the muscle, because if you put them underneath the muscle you have an extra layer of muscle over the top, so you're less likely to see or feel the edges of the implant. Having said that, there are bad things about putting it under the muscle. And it is a little bit more uncomfortable. The surgery is a little bit more uncomfortable. It's more likely to bleed. There are more likely to have problems with a wide cleavage if the muscles hold the implants apart. Sometimes the muscle can hold the implants up high. They can sit high. Sometimes you can get what's called animation deformities, in that the breast moves when you exercise, when you move your arm. You can get double bubble. There's all sorts of extra potential for complications when you put them under the muscle, as well as there being the benefit of having that extra layer of cover over the top of the implant. So it's often a balance, and you'll find that different surgeons will have their own view on that, but you might find that they don't all agree with that. You might find some surgeons will tell you that they would advise it goes over. Sometimes you'll say a surgeon will say that it should go under. And my advice is to go through the pros and cons, to think about where you will stand and how you feel that you want to balance the risks. That by all means take on board what your surgeon is telling you, but and I'll say to people, I have a view that I think it should go in this place, but I'll listen to patients, I'll listen to their desires, and I'd be happy to have a discussion about it, because at the end of the day it's your body and you have to be comfortable with where the implant's being put. And so you need to balance in your own mind the risks versus the benefits, and you'll find that there is no right answer. You just have to make a decision and move forward with it. If there was a right answer, if there was a right way of doing it, everyone would tell you the same thing. People aren't telling you things to try to mislead you. They're not telling you things because they're wrong. They're just saying that's in their view. They think it would be better in one place or another. So find a surgeon you can trust and go through it with them, and don't be afraid to have a discussion and talk to the surgeon and come to a conclusion one way or the other. Try not to worry about it, and just make a balanced judgment, and that is what informed consent is all about. You are informed of the pros and the cons, and then you make a decision and move forward with that. So good luck and all the best.